Well, hello, friends. I am Josie from Inspired by Josie, and I thought I would take you along to clean a cup and get it packed and ready for shipment. So I have this 30-ounce Maker Flow cup right here, and I am starting with my craft knife, and I am going to scrape around the top of the rim. You got to be careful here because you don't want to bust your seals, so you don't want to have your blade angled. You just want to scrape off any excess epoxy that got on the very top of the rim. Sometimes I have a whole bunch and sometimes there's barely any. There wasn't very much on the top of this rim. This was kind of an easier cup for me to clean. I am a messy crafter. A lot of people tell me to take my rims off and clean the cups as I go, but it really does not work for me because I get epoxy inside the cup on all coats. So I took the name tag out of the cup, and right now I'm just using my fingernail to scrape off any little pieces that are on the inside of the cup. I try not to use a craft blade if I can help it when doing the inside of the cup because the craft knives will scratch very easy. So you do have to be careful when using the craft knives. So I prefer to use my fingernail except when I just got them done and they're nice and new like today. So these nails, yeah, will be ruined very, very soon, but I'm just going around the rim. I'm feeling for any epoxy, scraping it out, fighting with a piece of glitter, and I am going to do that. Now, what I'm doing now is I am grabbing my magic eraser sponge and I'm taking a little bit of acetone and I'm putting it on the magic eraser. You don't need that much. Now, this is going to help me clean any paint or any residue that's left inside the cup. It will get any wicked stick it out. It will help remove the paint, any leftover epoxy. As you can see, that has turned like the tealish color that I spray painted the cup. I always get overspray inside the cup. I've tried using the Tumbler shields and all that, and it just seems like such a hassle. So this is how I do it. What works for me works for me. What works for you might be something different, but this is my process. So I'm just gonna fight with this cup for a little bit longer. The paint was kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time to come out. It always will come out though. Sometimes I do use Corey's sticky stopper to get the paint out as well, but not all the time. So acetone works best for me. I usually make my helpers use the sticky stopper. But now I am using some Dawn dish soap and a tumbler, or I think it's a bottle brush, honestly, to clean the inside of that tumbler very well. Using my fingers to go around the rim again to make sure I got any pieces off, make sure the paint's all gone, seeing if I feel anything. And I am going to just double and triple check this because nothing's more embarrassing than sending people dirty cups. So you really want to pay attention to cleaning your cups good. I'm going to finish checking it and rinsing it off. Going around the whole top of the cup, making sure there's no sharp pieces, and then finish rinsing it really well. I do always recommend to make sure to wash your cups when you get them from anybody, whether we wash them or not. As you can see, I'm going to put my hand in it to dry it. So my hands are clean, but you never know where people put their hands. So wash your tumblers. Now I'm going to dry it with a paper towel. Dry it nice and good. You can't have it wet at all. Make sure to get the inside dried really well. I usually find a kitchen tool to stick my paper towel in to make sure I get all that water out. Some of them I can fit my hands in, but I do have really big hands, so sometimes that's kind of difficult for me to do. So I continue on. Sorry I go off camera a little bit. I'm really not used to recording videos like this, so I figured I would try. And these are my kitchen tongs, drying the inside of the cup. Nice and clean. All right, now I'm going to move over to my wrapping station and packing station. I'll be right back. All right, now I've moved over to the desk where I wrap the cups. I have some black tissue paper. I usually like to use the bigger tissue paper, but for some reason I can't find it. So this is what I have. I'm going to put my cup at an angle, and I am going to wrap this cup in tissue paper. I will say I'm not the best at this. And honestly, as long as they're wrapped and they look halfway decent, I'm not super picky. Some of you do amazing packaging. I just have way too many cups to really worry that much about the packaging. As long as the cup's protected and it looks nice, then that's all I care about. And as you can see, I got mad because the bottom was sticking out, so I am going to rewrap it and put the cup more in the center a little bit so I can make sure that bottom gets covered up. Tissue paper helps protect your cup. You never want to wrap your cup directly in bubble wrap without having paper in between. You will end up with a cup with bubble wrap marks all over it. And if your cup is not fully cured and you wrap it and put bubble wrap over it, you will end up with bubble marks on it as well. So now I'm going to get the little care card, shove it in the cup. I'm going to make sure the lid works fine, which is something I should have done a long time ago, but it's new because I've had so many busted rims lately. And some cups come with bubble wrap sleeves. This one just comes with plastic, but it's going back in the box, so I don't bother to wrap it with bubble wrap here. I am going to wrap it in bubble wrap in the box. So I'm putting it back in the box. The straw is supposed to fit in there, but I just throw it in the box because I think it's too tight of a fit. And I had some of these boxes all ready to go with the packing supplies and materials. So you see me pulling it all out. I'm going to take the bubble wrap and I am going to wrap the cup in it. And then I am going to take some of this filler paper and rip it up and put it on at the top and put it at the end. And if you can fit some on the sides, put it on the sides. This will help with like impact if your cup, when they're shipping it, if it gets bounced around a little bit, it won't have like so much of a direct impact on the cup, risking breaking it. So as you can see, I'm just going to finish, putting some packing paper in here. I am going to put my tissue paper in here, a care card, and a couple pieces of candy. Excuse me. Don't forget your straws. I think I had to open this back up and make sure that I have the straws in there. And I am going to tape this box up. And then I'm going to put her name on it. And then when I go to print labels, I'm going to stick her mailing labels on. So the whole process took me 9 minutes and 24 seconds. That's not including the mailing label and pulling up her name and printing off the sticker, which takes another couple minutes. So I would say it takes about 10 minutes on average to clean the rims, clean the cup, pack and box your cup, and get a label on. So I hope this tutorial helped you a little bit. And hopefully I will do more in the future if people like them. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.